your mind will start. Hopefully you guys can stay awake. I'll try to hopefully make the lesson interesting because today we'll have some calculations to do. Yes. Tutorial, right? There's some formulas you have to understand. But before we do that, I want to ask you, last week when we ended your tutorial, because I have so many tutorial classes, I can't remember where we ended. Did we do question 4? I'm pretty sure we did question 3. But did we do question 4? Do you remember? The work breakdown structure? We did. We did, Okay, thank you. Okay, then today we will do question 5. Let me see here, 5, 6. Yeah, I think 5, 6. If we do tutorial 2, question 1, we'll try to do that as well. Okay, so let's do this. Question 5. And this is in your lecture notes. Let me try to bring it up. Let's see whether I have your lecture. Oh, yeah. Booby. Okay, so in your lecture, do you remember your lecture talking about net present value?
Yes. If I remember.
Yeah, I can remember, right? But do you know what it actually means? Okay, so let me take this. This slide is a pretty good slide. It explains the concept of net present value. Okay, so let me try to explain to you. Okay? So in project management, one of the things you have to do is you have to evaluate which projects have better priority in your company. Okay, so you can run projects for customers, which is what you're doing in your assignment, correct? But you can also run projects in your own company. So when you run projects in your own company, sometimes you have a choice. Because when you want to run projects, you need to spend money, right? Because in anticipation of, if you spend enough money to build this project, you might get more benefits, more income coming in, right? Because if you build a new system that customers sign up for, customers will buy your products, so you get more income. But sometimes you have to choose. If you have 2 projects, you have to decide, is project A more profitable, will give you more money, or project B more profitable? So, and some projects can last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, the whole project. So net present value, NPV, is a way for you to calculate, using a special formula, which project is more profitable. Okay? And net present value does it this way. It calculates over the time period of the project. Let's say the project is 4 years, right? The value of money today that you will receive 4 years down the road. Why is that important? Because the value of money changes over time. Let me give you an example. If I give you $100 now versus $100 4 years later, which one do you choose?
Now.
Now, right? Why do you think you will choose it now? Because if you take the money now, your $100 you put in the bank, you already earn interest. Or you can start a small business with $100 to do something to increase your money. So the money that you have today is worth more than the money you use in the future. Correct? Because in the future, the $100 you have to wait 4 years, you know. By the time you get $100 in 4 years, you might not be able to buy the things that you buy today. Let me give you another example. Today you eat a plate of chicken rice at the kopitiam. How much do you pay minimum on average?
7.
7, you still can get 7.
8 or 9.
8 or 9. Most of the places in KL, the kopitiam, no aircon, nothing. Charge $9 to $10 for a plate of chicken rice. Very expensive, right? 5 years ago, I can buy it for $7.50. I don't know where you find $7, I must ask him. But 5 years ago, I can find $7.50. Today, most of the kopitiam is $10. Why? The value of money has gone up, right? Because today, there's over a few years, there's inflation, things have gone up. The chicken rice seller will tell you, hey, you know, the fellow who sell me the chicken, he increased his price because petrol went up, you know, right? So it's better to take the money, the $100 that the story I was telling you today, than taking it 4 years down the road, okay? So net present value is a way of calculating which project, okay, using the time value of money. Okay. So if I can have your attention, let's do this, okay?
year 5.
They want you to calculate the ROI, that is how much money you get back in return, and the net present value for this project. Okay, and this project, there's a typo. They say cash flow project EDC, and here they call project X. So let's call this both project X. So they say year 0, there's a minus 50,000. What does that mean?
还没有赚钱 Not yet earned.
You are. No, but not yet earned, but what is 50,000? Not yet earned 50,000.
Because you just started one. You use money already.
Almost close. Yes, you use money already. This is the amount of money you have to spend to start your project. Yeah. So that's why it's negative $50,000. So negative $50,000 in the first year, in year 0, that is the year you start the project, you spend $50,000 to start the project. You have to pay people, buy things. Okay. Then after year 1, you start earning money because your project is finished already. You start earning money. So in year 1, you earn $20,000. Year 2, you earn $20,000. Year 3, $20,000. Year 4, $30,000. What is your net profit? You know how to calculate net profit? What is your net profit? Or what is your profit first? Gross profit? 90,000 is your gross profit, right? 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 30, that's 90,000. What's your net profit? 90 minus 50, 40,000. Okay, so those concepts you know, right? But when you see this calculation, doesn't take into account the value of money 4 years down the road. They assume that 30,000 4 years down the road is the same as $30,000 today. Cannot be, right? The value is probably lesser down the road. So we have to use NPV to calculate it. And in NPV calculations, what they do, you'll find this type of questions if it comes out during your test or exam. They will give you a discount rate, 12% in this case, maybe 8%, 10%, 12%. This example is 10%, 12%. And they say, using the discount rate of 12%, calculate the NPV and ROI for this project. And then based on your calculations, analyze whether the project is attractive, that means whether it's profitable. Because if you calculate straight line, this is called straight line calculation, right? Straight away you say 40,000 net profit. But if you take into account the time value of money over 4 years, you use not 40,000. Whether the project is attractive or should be rejected, explain your answer. Now you have to show your workings and calculate it. You want to do it in class? Your lecturer just explained to me, right? Didn't do actual calculations? Sorry? Haven't started this yet? Okay, so let me show you. Since you haven't started it, let me show you. I will calculate an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheet. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Okay. So, what was the discount factor? 12%, right? So you convert it to 0.12, okay? 12% 0.12, right? So we follow exactly what they say. Year 0, negative, and positive, 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 positive. So year 0, the discount factor is 1 because $100 today is $100 today. There's no change, right? In the same year, so you put discount factor as 1. So what you do is, this is the formula. I show you the formula. You can see it's right at the top here. Hopefully it's clear for all of you guys. 1 divided by your lecture notes 1 plus the percentage discount to the power of 0 because year 1 power of 0. So if you apply that formula here, $8, $1 is 4.12. Okay. Yeah, okay. Then you get the discount factor. So when you do that, you get the discount factor of this. Year 1, you apply the same formula, except now you do it to the power of 1 instead of the power of 0. Okay. So when I do that, the discount factor becomes, I will unhide it for you, you can see, 0.8929. So $20,000 is not $20,000 in year 1. You have to multiply this and you get this. So year 1, let me go back to year 1. Year 1, you multiply to get your NPV. 1 times 50,000, negative 50,000 is negative 50,000. Year 2, because you have the discount factor of 12%, 0.8929 times 20,000, you will get $17,857. So the present value of the money, if you take the year 1 cash coming in, it's not $20,000. Today it's only worth $17,857. So looking at this already, you know your net profit cannot be $40,000, right? Okay, so we apply the same formula for this second discount factor. Same thing, but this time to the power of 2, because it's year 2. So you get the discount factor. So you do this for every single one, so I'll do it very quickly. I'm going to give you this spreadsheet so you can see the formula. Okay. You can also take pictures, but I'll give you the spreadsheet. Okay, so you calculate. You see, as you go further down, the discount factor becomes lower and lower, and your value of money becomes smaller and smaller. I'll do the same for year 3, and I'll do the same for year 4. Wow. So, if you get $30,000 in the future, the present value of $30,000 is only $90,000. That's a lot, right? Because you have to wait 4 years before you can get this money. So the present value, the net present value of that $30,000 is only $19,000. So this demonstrates the value of money over time, right? And it's more accurate than calculating. Just take the number bulat and calculate. That one doesn't take into account the value of money over a period of time. This one takes into account time. So it's very important. So what is the NPV? The NPV is the total of all this. So if you take 50,000, negative 50 plus 17 plus 15 plus 14 plus 19, you get this, right? So 17,000 is your net present value, your profit, the actual profit, when you sum all the net present values, including the cost that you spent, 50,000. So it's not 40,000. You want an accurate one? It's only 17,000. But the good news is, because this number is positive, that means the project can be profitable, will be profitable. Profitable by how much? Well, 12% or more. We don't know exactly how much, but we know it's above 12%. 12% or more, not above 12%. So, because it has a positive NPV at 12% discount rate, this project is expected to return 12% or more, making it worth pursuing. So, if you want to evaluate this project, okay, what should we do? Yes, can be done. But if you have a few other projects, you must calculate the NPV for all the projects and then compare them, which is what we're going to do next. Then you can calculate your ROI, which is return on investment. So the return on investment is how much money you will get back after you put in your investment. So the formula is actually very straightforward. So the answer is 34.2%, the ROI. The formula is this. Hopefully you can see. Let me make it smaller. 175. Okay, 175 I can show you already. So this 34.2, the formula is D11, which is the NPV value, over what you've invested, 50,000, but I've just made it positive, ABS absolute, converts it to a positive number. So it's actually 70,000 divided by 50,000 times 100, then you get the ROI. So your return on investment, what you get back, net profit, using net present value, is 34.2%. 34.2%. If you didn't calculate the NPV, and you use the old-fashioned way of calculating ROI, because you don't bother about taking the time value of money, the calculation is 20%. So there are two ways of calculating. The old-fashioned way, which we call the normal accounting way, or taking the net present value way. So if you use this, the formula is very straightforward. Take your profit of this, without taking into account NPV, divide it by 4, which is the average profit per year, then you get $10,000 per year, the average profit. So your ROI is, let me see here, 10,000 divided by your 50,000 investment times 100, so you get 20%. Okay. But this is the NPV style of calculating your ROI is more accurate. So this says that, oh, your ROI is very good, 34% return. Make sense? Okay, so this concept, I want to make sure you get it correct. Because long time ago, when I first studied NPV, I got very confused. How can the value of money be different over time? Then as you start understanding, because if you take your money 4 years down the road, you could have invested so much today with the money you have if you took the money today. So if you buy lottery, what is that? The Damachai, right? And you win $1 million, they give you a choice, You can take your $1 million today, or we can pay you more. You can take your money today, but we give you slightly lesser, or you can take it in installment. but over 4, 5 years or 20 years. I don't know how they do it, but they give you over years. So up to you how you want to take it. But if you calculate, I think maybe taking today, and if you're a good investor, you might be able to make more money over time, right? So it depends on you. This side of the room, okay? Can understand this concept? Okay, so now I want to give you a challenge. Try to do question 6. I suggest, if you can, open your spreadsheet and try to put it in. Okay, this one is slightly tricky, okay? You know why? I'll tell you why. Just now, they use cash flow, right? Money I get in versus money I spend, right? So $50,000 is the money I spend, the 20, 20, 20, 30 is the money comes in, right? This one, they separated it. So, they call it cost and discount. Just don't get confused. Cost is the money you spend. Benefits, sorry, not discount. Cost and benefits. Cost is the money that goes out, benefit is the money that comes in. So if you want to calculate you want to total it up, it's benefits minus cost, and you get your net profit, right? Money coming in minus money going out, you get your net, right? So you calculate it separately, and then you tell me whether project X. So they give you 2 projects. They said calculate the NPV and ROI for both projects, project X and project Y, and then answer which project is more profitable and why. You guys want to try? Let's try. I'll give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we'll do it together. You can also look at your lecture notes. I'll tell you where it is.
Sit down. Sit down.
Okay, if you're looking at your lecture notes, it's slide 40, 41, 42, 43, 44.
Right.
Or you can see the example. It's on slide 46. Your lecture notes, slide 46. Where do you all go and eat for lunch today?
Break.
Break.
Only 1 hour.
I went to walk to the Fort Margarita at the entrance there. Wow, so many people.
Oh.
CTC.
FM, yeah.
What the one?
Huh?
The one that restaurant is, I mean, the cafe is
You don't like the food there?
It sucks.
terrible.
Really? Yeah?
When diploma, we ate before once. The nasi lemak
Okay, what the nasi lemak?
and the iced lemon tea. Wow. Neither bau, neither taste. Software project manager.
Jadi dia rencana